Hello, fellow people! We're continuing diving into characters and their relationships and connections. We had Weiss and Ruby, we had Weiss and Yang. Weiss and Blake are going to be covered more at the end of the volume, Blake and Ruby will have their moment soon, and Yang and Blake are going to bond more after burning the candle. As you can see from the title and the very obvious lead-in of the intro, there's only one left that I would like to explore. And I can't wait to sprinkle in all the delicious family drama. Also, I'ma get this out of the way in the second paragraph of the video. This episode has a lot of dialogue, even more than episode 11.2. And I am not a voice actress. I can't do impressions for the life of me either, and even if I wanted to, I genuinely have no clue how Lindsay does Ruby's voice. They're a beast. So, because I write first, think later, you would have to deal with me attempting to narrate the dialogue portions, but just with my normal, constantly breaking voice. So I would encourage you to turn on closed captions if you haven't already, to not lose the plot on who's talking. Also, since this episode is Halloween based, there are two things I'd like to bring up. First, my country doesn't celebrate Halloween, so the only knowledge I have is from the American media and shit I've seen online over the years. 2. The question: how exactly is this very Earth holiday celebrated in Remnant? Well, there's a pretty good take on how that would have been started by you all, right? I'll leave a link in the description in case you're interested and were also wondering the same thing. With that, let's start with the story, since I'm not doing the character design speed paint this time, but just a silly roop. After being at Beacon for 2 whole months, our friends finally starting to get the hang of the routine, both school-related and personal. Weiss and Yen still running every morning, she slowly get better at it. Blake going to the school library after class with Ren, them discussing and recommending each other books, Peter learning how to cook with Nora cheering her on, and John being caught in countless clashes, which we will explore next time. But now came time to shake up the routine. Halloween is coming up and everyone is getting into spirit for it. That including Ruby, who's extra excited but also kinda anxious. She isn't exactly extroverted enough to go around announcing, "Hey, it's also my birthday." A bit ago she wrote down a list of everyone's birthdays so they won't forget to get them gifts, and now she hopes her friends would notice hers coming up. She even moved it to a more noticeable spot. And at the very least, Yen would tell them she likes surprise gifts and parties. Probably. It being a holiday doesn't mean the classes are cancelled though. Glinda made sure to announce that in advance just in case someone starts partying too early in the Straps class. But that didn't stop everyone from whispering excitedly about their plans for the evening and the party they've prepared in the hall. Some even spreading the rumor they've heard that apparently every year Osmond himself shows up, and always in silly costumes. Some say last year he showed up straight up in Glinda's clothes, heels included, and that Glinda was not amused. Professor Port was gracious enough to let the first years out early, knowing full well they can't concentrate on his thrilling tale while celebration is awaiting. Ruby ran to the library real quick to return some comics she borrowed and grab other ones. And when she returns to the dorm, there's a present from Yang left on the bed, with a note that she's going out to the Halloween party and will come back late, leave the door unlocked. Ruby deflates, sighing in frustration, not even all that happy about the game Yang got her, the one she's been wanting to get for a while. Weiss and Blake come into the room. They stayed behind to ask about homework, like diligent students. "Where's Yang? I was sure she was going here to change." "She already left. Are you guys going to the party too?" "I might see what it's about, but I need to call my sister first. I think I'll drop in for a bit. I really want to see what that rumor about Osmond is about." "Okay, have fun." Girls noticed the icy tone in Ruby's voice, wondering why she's upset. "Are you not coming? I thought you were excited for it, like, the whole week."
No, I don't like going to parties. It's just my birthday's today."
Blake eyes the birthday list from behind her glasses and realizes that, yep, they forgot. Awkward. Weiss tries to save the situation with banter to fill the air. "Wow, happy birthday. How old are you turning?"
15.
"Very exciting age." "Yes, and impressive. I didn't realize you were let in so early. Hope you'll have many more to come."
"Thanks, guys."
Blake shoots Weiss a look and steadily nods at the door. Weiss blinks, showing she understood. "Well, I would catch up with you later. I really need to call Winter. She's very stern about being on time." While Weiss practically runs out of the room, Blake takes her costume, goes to the bathroom to change and leaves, pretending she's going to the party. In actuality, she's speeding to the library to meet up with Weiss there, after she's done with their actually real call. And then they're gonna haul ass to get Ruby some emergency presents and cake using Schnee money because they feel like real assholes right now. Sad Ruby is left in the dorm alone, flipping through her comics to get her mind off this, interrupted by Ren, Nora and Pyrrha coming to give her well wishes and presents. Well, Pyrrha apologizes profusely for not having a present to give her because she got so caught up and only found out today from Nora. But she is wishing her all the best. Then Nora jumped up on Ruby's bunk and crushed her in a hug before trying to tear her ears off by pulling them 15 times. After the attempted assault on her ears was thwarted, Ren explained to flustered Ruby and mildly horrified Pyrrha that it's a tradition they had in the orphanage, pulling the birthday person's ears for the number of years they're turning. Yeah. And with that weird episode, they also leave for the party, leaving Ruby to sit alone with her comics and little trinkets they got her, that are sweet, but they don't exactly fill the bitter void. Meanwhile, the party is going great. Team Coffee organized the event after promising it won't turn out like last year to Glinda. That was the event after which Coco threw up on her blouse, as Yen found out. Students from all years in plenty of different costumes just hanging out dancing and laughing as the rumors proved to be true, and Osmond showed up in a frilly pink princess dress, laughing along with everyone before wishing them a happy Halloween and reminding them to party responsibly. Nora immediately ran to the front of the line, forming to take pictures with him. Eren decided to go after her, he wants a picture too, leaving Pyrrha to try and find someone she knows, which is proving to be harder than she hoped. She doesn't really have a lot of friends here, she realizes. Even her other classmates are awkwardly shuffling to their friend groups after a few minutes, not really knowing what to talk to her about besides class. She's a distant figure to them after all. Luckily, Yen shows up, pulling Fox and Yotsuhashi after her. Hey Pyrrha, having fun? Yes, the party is lovely. You did great with organizing it. Thank you. She hears a voice in her head, which makes her startled. Thanks, we mostly let Coco plan it out and then we work with what she came up with. What? How? Fox shrugs, continuing telepathically. Easier to hear with music. Yeah, we're trying to get to the punch table. I'm so tired. Wanna come with? I promise you guys would get along great. Yatsu is just as strong as you and Fox is also a redhead. Oh, am I? Yen laughs and lets Yatsu move first, clearing the way for them to follow the Reese's Bear form, leading Fox by hand after her. Pyrrha sends her a questioning glance. Too many people, overwhelming my sight assistants. Fox stops his ear. Pyrrha wouldn't have even noticed the earpiece there if not pointed out. Once at the table, Yen lets the guys do as they may, turning to Pyrrha, complimented her costume, though Pyrrha waves it off, saying it's last minute. She wasn't sure if she was gonna come. She kinda got roped into it by Nora. Pyrrha also mentions them coming to wish Ruby happy birthday and notes that she didn't exactly seem all that happy. Not that there's anything wrong with it, I just didn't expect Ruby of all people to be the type to not celebrate her birthday. Yen sighs frustrated, grumbling something about this happening again. Oh, is this a family matter? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to intrude. Nah, it's fine, Pyrrha. Here, have my punch. I only took a few sips, don't worry, and the rest is probably spiked by now. Oh, thank you. Yen goes back to the dorm, leaving Pyrrha to talk with Fox and Yatsu about combat strategy and Vital Festival next year. Once there, Yen finds Ruby's bunk covered with its sheet walls, gifts left on the table. She sighs. Okay, Ruby, what's wrong? Nothing. And nothing is why you're sulking. Yen clamps to Ruby's bunk. You know, I can't exactly find out what the issue is while you're being a little snot. It's fine, go back to your party. Don't you have another club to blow up somewhere? Yen growls in frustrations, with her eyes turning red. She slowly exhales, calming down, eyes turning back purple. She pulls away the sheet dome and stares at pouting Ruby. Okay, less sass, more talking. There's nothing to talk about. You know what the issue is, the same one it's always been. Ruby, you're not a kid anymore. I can't babysit you all the time. I'm not asking you to babysit me. Then what do you want? I don't know, for you not to ditch me on my own birthday? I asked you this morning if you wanted to come with. You said no. That's not what I mean. Is it really that much to ask for you to spend my birthday with me for once? You always do this. Running off to some Halloween party with your friends while I'm being left alone with Dad. Look, I'm sorry your friends didn't show up last time, but you have new friends here. Oh yeah? Where? Ruby sarcastically motions to the empty dorm. Blake is avoiding everyone. Weiss only recently started to tolerate me. Jean is hanging out with Carden all the time now. And his team is at the party. With you. And before you say something about me going to the party, you know I can't. It's too loud and flashy. And it's not the same. I didn't ask to be born on a holiday, you know. I never said you did. Yang looks off, biting her lip, thinking, it's the same for me. Huh? I also don't want to be left alone. And being around people helps with that, at least a little bit. Not thinking about it, how scary it felt back when Dad was busy all the time after Mom. I know how it feels, and I don't want to ever go back to that again. And I'm sorry I made you go through that too. But we're not kids anymore. You can't just keep clinging to me all the time. We should have our own lives too. I guess I just wanted to give you that push to start separating from me, but didn't really count in how it would feel from your side. I mean, I'll always be there for you, but it's time to start finding our own ways.
I know. But you're going out partying all the time. Can't you just skip this one? To at least spend my birthday with me.
I guess my friends will get too mad if I ditch them once in a while. They hug. So what do you wanna do?
I don't know. Try out the game you got me?
You mean so I'll kick your butt at it? You wish! Okay, I'll go easy on you this once. Don't, I will fair square. And when I do, you will have to give me all your candy. A while later, Weiss and Blake returned with a bunch of boxes. Okay, we didn't know what to get you, so we got a little bit of everything. With ungodly amounts of carbs and sugar, of course. They turned to see Yang and Ruby sleeping, all cuddled up, with scrolls still in hand, Yang snoring like a tractor. I guess we should put this in the fridge for now?
Yeah, good idea.
They walk off. Wait, that's my bed! And that's the story. Some tasty family drama and resolution all at once. And it's totally not based on one time my college friends forgot about my 18th birthday and that got mad at me and didn't talk to me for 2 weeks because I dared to be upset that they forgot about my 18th birthday. Yeah, totally not that. Jokes aside, ever since we got the confirmation that Ruby's birthday is on Halloween, I was wondering how does she feel about it, being on a holiday and all. And before someone brings it up, Chibi is not canon, thus I'm fully ignoring it. I know a bunch of people hate that they have to share this special day with a major holiday, and Ruby, who has a hard time making friends and isn't exactly sociable, especially at this point, I think would be one of them. Meanwhile, Yen is very sociable, and I see her going to parties a lot to make up for her childhood of having to take care of Ruby all the time while Tai was busy at work. Or at least have to share her trick-or-treating candy, basically ever since she was 2, which now makes her go twice as hard into the other direction, making up for it, kind of forgetting about Ruby in the process. Which then leads to the two clashing. Ruby feeling abandoned and Yen wanted to have the time for herself and not be stuck with Ruby all the time. Neither of them mean to make the other feel this way, but it is what it is. Also, this is a way to show early on something that we didn't really get to see in early volumes. Ruby not being happy and hyper all the time. She gets upset and frustrated and angry too, just like everyone. And Yen gets to showcase her vulnerable side earlier, before volume 2 in a more natural setting, because obviously she'd be more willing to show that to her sister. Which then leads to the other point of this episode, why I wanted to make it in the first place. Showing the transition that was very lacking of the sisters slowly growing apart. Like, not apart, but like their own people apart. With that small scene, Yen expressing their need to grow up and start separating, the later volumes don't feel as weird anymore, with Ruby and Yen barely interacting after being so close in Beacon Arc. Which, oh boy, I will get to the other reason for it, don't you worry. But this little moment of understanding that they're still there for each other but will be growing apart now, as well as Tai in the first episode expressing the same worry about them clinging to each other, helps clean up that weird disconnection that many people have noticed, not just me. Among that, we also drop in some of Yang's inner thoughts, her being afraid of being abandoned, which will be very tasty after volume 3. And also more bits about Summer. She's always there haunting the narrative being brought up every volume. Besides that, other fun character moments. There's just something so funny about Blake and Weiss going shit, we forgot, and scrambling to at least get Ruby something. Kinda shows the progression of their team bond, that they would care enough to do it even though they're not as close yet. And of course Nora being a menace. Fun fact, in case this is like a local thing, but here it's a tradition to tag the birthday person by ears. And I felt like it's something Nora would do. Pyrrha also gets a tiny bit of early establishment of her issue of being unapproachable. And I also made a fun thing with showing Osmond's personality, so he wouldn't be just a fancy suit in the background, considering how important he is to the story as a whole. We know he's a bit of a troll and is very laid back when he can be, so might as well show it off more while we still have the man in his own body. And once again, Team Coffee makes an appearance, this time the boys. As I said before, I'm using them specifically for several reasons. For one, us sticking with one outside team for many purposes, from representing the studio body of Beacon to other representations on different fronts. Helps us combat the say it with me, too many characters issue. While I'm at it, the reason why it feels like too many is exactly because they're just names and designs not developed at all. And that lack of meat and bones makes it loop back around to the point that it, ironically, feels like the cast is bloated. When in reality it's not, it's just a lot of background decorations with names that people got attached to for some reason during volume breaks and imagine them to be bigger than they are. Got it? Good. Also, on Fox's art disability representation, his side assistants also being a small interesting piece of world building that hints of things to come with the Remnant's medical achievements, which would become very important later on with Amber and even further with bionic prosthetics for Ironwood, Mercury, Yen and Maria. Did I just write Alona's paragraph on why coffee are appearing so much? instead of like sticking with just the character number explanation. Well, fuck it, my video, my yapping. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to discuss today. Next time we're going through everybody's favorite John this arc. John Grown, I heard that. I promise to make it interesting, because I want to explore why is Carden being a piece of shit, and more importantly, why is he allowed to keep being a piece of shit even though he's openly bullying students and disrespect staff. Find out next time, which also will lead into episode 15. And I love and adore episode 15. And for now, tell me what you think of this special episode. How do you like the tasty family drama? What presents would you get, Ruby? And I'll see you on the other side.